pacing as like she had been holding something heavy for a long time. Her eyes red, and her voice shaking. Comments flooded in, and thousands of people inquired what was wrong. She didn't think twice. She wasn't lighthearted. She looked straight at the camera and uttered 7 words. Shut down the internet entirely. Mendeecees believes he could be the father of my child. The discussion immediately became more heated. Hearts, disbelief, laughter, and irate emotion. But Erica didn't smile. She showed off sealed envelopes, court-stamped documents, DNA test request forms, and a packet. She claimed to have been hiding this for a few months, fearful of reprisals, reluctant to speak, worried that homes might be destroyed, but tired of standing up for everyone but herself. Before she could say anything further, her phone began to vibrate loudly on live. There was a call from an unknown number. She paused, glanced at the screen, and declined. Erica and Mendeecees know that conflict is nothing new to them, but she just said, "There's more to this. And it's about to get ugly because if Erica is telling the truth, this baby could rewrite everything." In response to the comments sections, please, they had no romantic history, publicly, but it was complicated, intricate, and full of moments that admirers never really understood. During lengthy press tours and filming days years ago, their circles intersected more than most people understand. At the time, Erica was going through one of the most trying times in her life, dealing with heartbreak and custody disputes, battles, as well as online criticism every time she breathed incorrectly. Mendeecees, on the other side, was fighting his own problems, court cases, jail time, and rebuilding confidence in his marriage to Yandi, while balancing his family, career, and reputation. According to the company, insiders frequently murmured that they were closer than what the cameras showed. Despite their seeming separation, late-night conversations on set, they exchanged suspicions began the next week when a photo of the two leaving a studio building hours apart surfaced. Later, on the same night, the identical car was spotted parked outside her apartment block with the same door. Fans speculated, and websites noticed. They both denied any wrongdoing. Life continued. Erica resumed her turbulent relationships both on and off television. Pregnancy rumors came and went like the weather. The internet had an opinion each, but this timing. The dates were unclear. The encounter was unplanned. According to Erica, she admitted that at first she wasn't sure who the dad was. Even though she didn't give Mendeecees a name at the time, she kept it to herself for fear of headlines and condemnation. Behind the scenes private contact, she claims to have texted Mendeecees to ask for a private conversation. Just the truth, no lawyers, no cameras. He said nothing. She assumed it was avoidance or dread. Confusion exploded like a storm in secret, yet she allowed it to happen in public. She kept swallowing. Time passed. The baby was born. Jokes began to fly about how beautiful, naive, and like family members they were. Screenshots that contrast the shapes of the nose, eyes, and visuals. Fans said it was reaching. Erica, on the other hand, felt otherwise. The uncertainty she experienced grew along with her child. So she did what mothers do when uncertainty overcomes stillness. She requested a DNA test. Mendeecees notes that Erica claims she ignored it. He did not corroborate her version, but it stayed the same. Every time she saw an interview where he talked about faithfulness and honesty, she clenched her jaw. She wanted a conclusion, not because she hated him. She wanted to know the truth. Whether or if it proved he was the father, she wanted the burden lifted. But nobody knew, not till last night. Furthermore, a woman who had kept a secret by herself for far too long was hidden behind that poise on camera. A secret that might destroy reputations, friendships, and marriages. In her opinion, she feared that a secret would turn the internet into a courtroom and put her on trial as usual. She did, however, say anything. She claimed that rather than destroying people, her objective was to free herself. Rumors whispered softly, "Feel safe until they grow loud enough to control your life." Which is why Erica chose peace over conflict. However, peace rarely happens without conflict. Voice notes, screenshots, pictures, messages, and a tape on her phone that she promised to play at the right time were all included. One that might either confirm everything or completely refute her. But she warned the crowd in a composed manner, "I will publicly apologize if he is not the father. But if he is, people should prepare for the truth." Now, DNA isn't the only factor. It's about why she finally decided to speak and who this knowledge destroys next. At the time, she was the focus of wild rumors. Erica ended that live feed. Blogs captured the most explosive 8 seconds. Mendeecees believes he could be the father of my child. Without any additional context or explanation, the remark was enough to go viral on the internet. Fans were split right away. Those who pulled Erica described her as unruly and some said a mother wouldn't risk embarrassment unless she truly believed there was something to learn. People unearthed old footage, interviews, and screenshots. The discussion was no longer private. It was a worldwide occasion. When the live broadcast began, Mendeecees was at home. His phone was often ringing, not just from Twitter but also from people he actually knew. Friends, family, producers, and lawyers all asked the same question. Is that correct? His heart sank not because he believed it was feasible, but because everyone else believed it might be. Yandy brought her phone into the room, trembling hands. Her eyes were tired, but not confused. She didn't say anything for a time. When she finally sat down across from him, the room felt like ice. Tell me that's not your child. She wasn't yelling, and calm fury is more terrifying. Mendeecees took a breath and rubbed his face gently. Erica is neither deceitful nor ignorant. That should have ended it. Yandy didn't seem relieved though. It's not because she didn't trust him that the internet doesn't care about innocent. For it, evidence is crucial. Erica brought paperwork as well. Then Mendeecees did the only thing he could do. He started practicing law. By the next morning, both crews were in motion. Erica filed an official, legal, and public DNA petition. Mendeecees' attorney immediately responded, stating that client was willing to take a test, but only under conditions and privacy protections that the court had approved. Because one thing was already clear, this case might destroy reputations long before a sample even touched a lab. Erica posted again, karma this time, her eyes steady but tired, while lawyers prepared papers. While exhibiting ultrasound photos, she claimed that her silence was for peace rather than power. She claimed to have tried in private for months without success. Fans also pointed out another item. Every time she mentioned this child, her voice grew softer in a different way. Not emotive, theatrical, or protective. I don't want to ruin his marriage. For my baby, all I need is the truth. That statement alone caused a 50-50th split in public opinion. There were those that supported Erica. She will be proven wrong by the test. So what's to be terrified of? She would not risk being dragged arbitrarily. Yandy was fiercely protected by others. Avoid getting engaged in the marriage. Erica wants attention again. Mendeecees observes a change. Let him grow. This was no longer just gossip. Families used this as a battlefield. Then the first shocking development occurred. According to court documents made public, there were additional individuals who questioned Erica's paternity. Months prior, someone had secretly filed. A woman who is well known as Erica's friend, and is currently listed as a witness, stated under oath that she saw Mendeecees leave Erica's apartment complex at the time of conception. The hallway and lift are identical. Hood up but unquestionable. Screenshots of access logs began circulating. Dates that correspond were mentioned by Erica, but this has not been verified. The internet went bananas. Those who were skeptical of her warmed up. Those who trusted her worked harder. Yandy eventually made a clear, concise statement after remaining composed in public. I help my spouse. Truth doesn't require loudness. It just takes time. But in private, she felt uneasy, because rumors are not the same as witnesses. Mendeecees was sitting at the dining table that night, when he read remarks about his name that he had never expected. A cheater, a traitor, and about his name that he had never expected. A cheater, a traitor, and he ended the call. Enough. We are taking the test. Don't hold off. He wasn't doing it for Erica, blogs, or headlines. He was taking this action on behalf of his family because, if left unchecked, a rumor this size may change the course of history. That week was designated for the test, authorized by the court. Witnesses present. Lawyers are watching. Despite the ban on cameras, paparazzi flocked outside the building like vultures waiting for the first drop of blood. Erica arrived first, her face ugly, her determination and honesty undiluted, her head held high. Mendeecees finished second. His jaw tight, shoulders squared, and expressionless, avoiding eye contact. They didn't speak to each other or look at each other. They just signed paperwork and entered separate rooms. The lab received DNA-sealed swabs. No one could become involved. Now they waited 48 hours. The entire 48-hour span felt like fuel for public conversation. Fans made countdown TikToks. Blogs planned live streams with the headline "Assaults Coming." As if it were a sport, predictions were made. A new leak that included a screenshot and an alleged text exchange between Erica and Mendeecees and others mocked, was treating this as though it were a trial, with the DNA envelope acting as the verdict. Inside, time moved slowly. They sat in a cold hallway. Erica is on the left, and Yandy and Mendeecees are on the right. There was silence. Just quick looks between them. Erica stared at the floor. Yandi stared straight forward. Mendeecees looked at Erica without showing any signs of rage. It hurt. An injury he had no idea how a rumor that might not even be genuine would impact him. Finally, the nurse called them. The room smelt strongly of antiseptic. A white envelope on the table bore 36 lid out. I skimmed the first page. Silent. No one spoke. Then the nurse silently and sharply inhaled, alerting everyone that something wasn't quite right. The result was unfavorable. The result was not unfavorable. It was not conclusive. A 48% probability. It's too close to say. Either way, something got in the way. A contaminated sample? A mistake in the laboratory. It was tampered with. The space blew apart. Erica's jaw dropped. Yandi arched her brows. Mendeecees notices standing right away. How on earth is that possible? The nurse shook her head. This did not happen very often. Either cross-sample contamination occurred, or one of the DNA samples was deliberately mixed up. The legal observer froze. This suggested that if contamination was an accident, someone didn't want the truth to be revealed quite yet. The test had to be retaken. There will be a second swab. Public announcements are not yet allowed, but as Erica left the building, cameras were all around her. There were many questions. The cameras flickered. Mics pushed their way into her face. Did the test verify Mendeecees seizes the father? Someone shouted. Instead of offering an explanation, Erica paused and started crying. Tess speculates that Mendeecees might be his father. The silence seemed to be confirmation of the world's sincere, unadulterated discontent. It wasn't tears on stage or on reality TV. Within minutes, stories erupted. Yandi doesn't dispute that Erica is crying as she leaves the clinic. The internet went berserk, and Yandi pulled to stay, while chaos erupted outside. The real turn of events occurred interior when security footage of a clinic employee surfaced and was anonymously sent to a blogger. Erica defended herself as courageous, and Mendeecees believes the father is unfaithful. When I entered the DNA storage room the night before the results, she opened the drawer, took out a vial, looked around, put it back, and rushed out. Her badge name was hidden, but her bracelet was clearly visible. Erica stared at the TV for 10 seconds straight, her eyes widening in disbelief when she saw a single initial on a gold charm bracelet. "That's not mine," she muttered. "I don't wear jewelry to clinics." Yandi bent closer. Her face went pale when she noticed the jewelry. She had seen it backstage, at events, and in photos with her husband. It belonged to a woman they both knew, not Erica, not a stranger, but a family member with a connection to healthcare. Cheery, encouraging, and always present. Up until now, this woman had access, connections, and the opportunity to tamper with an exam. The implication was terrifying. Back and forth in her living room across the city, rage bubbling beneath her. Calm exterior. Even certainty was disturbing because of the internet, even though she wanted to trust her husband. What would